Namaste, peace, love, and light. Welcome in. Today, this message is going to be, excuse me. Today's message is going to be about what's coming towards you. Okay, what's coming towards you. Right. Welcome in, love and light. Welcome in, collective. Okay, so what's coming into us? How do I want to break this up into segments? What's coming towards us? Maybe I should break this up into numbers, piles, or something like that. Let's break it up into that. We'll break this up into piles. So I'm going to pick numbers 1 through 4. 1 through 4. And then I'm going to get 4 different piles going for 4 different messages. What is coming towards us? So I want the collective to go ahead and get quiet, get still, focus on the number that you want. 1, 2, 3, or 4. Pick that number. And I'm going to go through all 4 of the piles and give you the messages for all 4 piles. Again, if you like my messages, make sure to give the video a big fat thumbs up and get subscribed today so you can always know when I upload to the channel. What's coming out for number 1, pile 1. Number 1, pile 1. Thank you. Number 1, pile 1. Messages for number 1, pile 1. What's coming out for number 2? Number 2. Pile 2. Pile 2. Thank you, pile 2. Take one more for pile 2, pile 3. Then we'll do pile 4. What's coming out for pile 4? Pile 4. Let's see, pile 4. Pile 4. Hola, chica. How you doing today, Siobhan? Greetings. Thank you, pile 4. All right. And we're just going to go back over the piles. Got 6 cards out for everybody, but each pile. But I feel like I want to do 7. Feeling 7-ish. This is the magic number. So we're going to get one more card for each pile. Pile 1. Perfect. Pile 2. Perfect. Pile 3. Thank you. Pile 4. Set. Okay, so it looks like what's coming out here for the first pile, pile number 1, we got creative expression. Someone needs to be strong. Those of us getting this message. Those of us who picked number 1, pile 1, I'm getting a message that we're really clear in what it is that we want. There's some sort of good news also. A message about good news. I'll get into that. But there was a stiflage in a relationship, some sort of partnership and unity where there was some sort of disharmony and a disconnect in love for those of us who picked pile 1. I think it was due to vulnerability, lack of intimacy here when we talk about vulnerability, right? Self-doubt, weakness, low self-esteem from someone. So it just brought disharmony and a huge disconnect in a relationship. Here are the messages for those that picked pile 1. There's a new job, new finances here. I see with this Queen of Swords, somebody really knows what they're doing, though. Now that they've gone through a certain type of lesson, they've learned something now. You're more focused, you're more driven, I feel like your creative expression is shining through, which makes a lot of invitations and you being able to take action through following your heart. Some of you guys this creative expression could also indicate something when it comes to romance for some of you guys. I see a new job, though. Possibilities of a new job, promotion, offers, invitations to something about somebody's career. Those of us that pick pile 1. Teamwork is here as the 7th card with 3 of Pentacles. Somebody learning, studying, possibly. Those of us who pick pile 1, the message is basically that there's a need for us to receive some sort of inner strength and courage. There's a need for us to be more braver, be more confident in who we are. I feel like sometimes either in the past or now, we could have had this where our thoughts dominated our feelings, you know what I'm saying? So that's basically saying we were very much in this masculine sort of energy, right? Very much in the mind, right? And I feel like the Knight of Cups comes in to bring in, a balance with the divine feminine energy of the cups, to help spark what we needed to get out of that logical space of where the divine masculine usually is, right? It's usually in logic, right? So, but kind of bringing a balance here with the divine feminine energy of the Queen of, or the Knight of Cups. Yeah, I think that this will definitely help with some of you guys who are in relationships or whatever. I feel like those of us who pick pile 1 could be in those of us that are in relationships and things like that. And I think it takes a lot of teamwork, to make it work. So if you're willing, this could work. For those of you who did pick this, you are dealing with people who have insecurities, and maybe it's you in this paradigm, but we're working through that shit. We're chopping it up, and I feel like victory is here. We are overcoming the obstacles within this relationship and other paradigms. Those of us that pick pile 1, this is about self-discipline, okay? No obstacle can stop you now. Understand that with the Chariot, all right? Strength is here for us. All right, so those are the messages for what's coming towards us for those that picked pile 1. Pile 2, what's coming towards us? Pile 2. Yeah, so what's going on here is somebody's trying to make a break for with pile 2. Those of us who picked pile 2, what's coming towards us is making a break for it. I feel like those of us that pick pile two could be experiencing a little bit of regret from decision making in the past, and there's a fear of change here. We have a choice, a duty to ourselves. Now, I feel like in order for us to make this positive choice, there needs to be some sort of upheaval. It needs to be some sort of release here. Okay, I feel like we could be holding on to things that are just harming us and bringing us great pain and regret, ultimately blocking us from the unlimited abundance, right, of the Empress. Mm. Some of us is in budgeting, some of us is in finances, ultimately for us. Okay, there's a lack of financial budgeting. So I feel like for those that pick pile two, what's coming towards us will be messages about how we can get that on track when it comes to our finances, as well as some less conflicting when it comes to relationships. This is more so of those of us that were dealing with financial issues. I feel like it brings a lot of frustration because you're so stagnant. You know, you're two of wands, which is the choice card, right? It's in reversal, indicating, you know, being indecisive. It's a lack of activity due to indecisiveness here. So some of us have to get a game plan, some sort of routine structure, make a break for it. They're saying like make a break for the new way and how you budget or structure routine. This could be routine or finances. Like you have to do it differently. You've been doing it wrong because it's not that you're not making the money or the abundance isn't there. You know what I'm saying? I feel like there's an insecurity within, you know, that brings some sort of disharmony about how, you know, you translate how it's spent, you know. I feel like we need to be willing to let go of the past version of ourselves with the death card, you know. That's what it's really suggesting. Ultimately, it's more than just the finances, but this is the thing though, and how it's coming in, you know. It's I feel like this focusing on the negative, depression, you know. These are all factors literally for people that pick pile to what we're going to be experiencing, what's to come, because I feel like there was a lot of deceit and underhandedness that we're uncovering a lot of pain, and I feel like make a break for it. It's like not just to do with our finances, it's also to do with like relationships too, but yeah, I feel like it's both now at this point because it relates in so many different ways. Like it can go so many different ways. You have to let go of the past version, connect to the earth, reminds you that abundance is unlimited. Some of us are so far removed from earth, you know. So we definitely got 10 swords here. This is an end of completion. I feel like in order to move forward with some sort of movement forward, there needs to be the removal of regret, you know, get out of the boredom, find things to do. Where's the enthusiasm for those that pick pile two? There's like a lack of enthusiasm. Let's get budgeting, let's get planning, let's get strategizing, right? Shred the fucking old, you know? Just let go. This is people, places, things, whatever it is, right? But shedding the old version of ourselves through this spiritual transformation leads to endings, change, transition. Some of us aren't really focused on what's happening in front of us. I feel like you don't really see your death moment happening for you. It's more like it's happening to you, but it's happening for you to learn something, you know? Get budgeting, you know? I feel like get out of your head or get out of the sadness of what was. You know, it's like you're kind of crying over spilled milk is the energy. So I want you to be aware that those that pick pile two, that we got a lot of work to do. However, everything that we need is there to get the job done. We just have to find the tools in the kit, in the tool belt, right? All right, let's go into pile three's messages. Pile three's messages. Okay, so somebody was being dishonest. It could have been the masculine energy here in the relationship. Being dishonest in this sort of marriage, this relationship. Someone had to start over. I feel like they were unafraid. They were afraid to be truthful and honest with this person. Maybe this person just had to leave, walk away, for the other person to realize, like, yeah, it's dead, done, over. And I feel like this person has a hard time picking themselves back up. The person that got left behind, I feel like it left them with like a huge hole in who they feel they are. Those of us that pick pile three, number three, it's like you miss someone really a lot. You're just somebody that you had a higher level of commitment you thought you'd always be with. For those of us that picked pile three, I feel like this person, you lost out on like a lot in the world. You lost out on finances. You lost out on many things. They brought a lot of financial hardship, that person. And it was always some sort of negative changes in the circumstances. Leave you feeling left out in the cold. Or feeling like the world was against you when you was with this person. Some sort of bad luck. Also, this person didn't like to stay employed. That I think was a huge problem in this relationship. You know, they lacked discipline. They lacked control. Absentee father, you know, paternity issues with the emperor. Very stubborn. Very unconcerned about the feelings of other people. Could be possible Aquarius energy. Those that pick this pile. I mean, there's major choices that we have to make, those of us that pick pile three, because there's a love offer here for you, but it's not with the person that you were just, you know, fawning over or who you thought it was gonna be. Just period. It's not it's not there, you know. Something has to come to an end, you know. I feel like this person really takes your energy to a really low place. Just period. I feel like this person holds you back. I feel like they know that you're their person, but they refuse to change. They refuse to um, do what's necessary to maintain the relationship. And they expect you to still follow behind them and, you know, like keep this loyalty thing going. And it's bullshit. It's just manipulation. I feel like once you can find that, you can get to find, like, you know, a faithful person to you. In the Page of Wands could be a possible fire sign. Some of y'all that pick pile two or pile three, y'all could be also acting out, you know, with somebody that breaks your heart. This is crazy. Like, You know, you got to find the courage to do what's best for you. This person drains and zaps all of your fucking energy. You don't have nothing left after dealing with this person, and that's the problem. That's the problem. There's no equal give and take in a relationship. And there's a failure to see the truth. So that's the blockage right there with this person. You said I'm looking in your crystal ball. Yeah, so that's for those of us that pick pile 3. Now, pile 4, number 4. Messages. Alright, so this is looking like a transition. Those of us that pick power 4, we're going through a transition into abundance, okay? You could have went through a lot of things when it came to a lot of conflict to get here, but you're selling into abundance. You're transitioning into abundance. Those of us that pick pile 4. I love this. Let's see. Yeah, there was a conflict going on, some sort of arguments or struggle in opposition to those that you might have been dating, you know, and it just had to come to an end, you know, the conflict, the struggle, so that you could reach some sort of agreement. I don't know if you're still with these people, 5 of Wands, the conflict and the arguments, but it looks like you might have learned your lesson because the World card is here also. Some of you guys intuitively knew to get out of a situation and how to maneuver. You did that. It was successful. You did defeat conflict. I like that. You guys kind of learned your lesson here. For those of us who picked pile 4, it's like you learned a lesson. You went through something and you had to learn a lesson. The 17, the 21, right? And this was a huge lesson, you know. I feel like it brought in a lot of abundance. This is why you get to transition successfully into abundance, because you allowed spirit to just guide you through this. Very much not like those that pick pile 2 and 3. However, it is what it is, right? No one's better than anyone. It's just, this is what it looks like, though, for the collective, okay? When we're doing the work and we're taking the lessons and we're learning the lessons, okay? The devil's coming in upside down because it's like you're releasing yourself from bondage through realizing that I have a choice, okay? All that I have and the resources that I need, inner and outer, with the Magician card, okay? Again, it brings in a beautiful transition when we listen to that inner voice, that inner sense of knowing, right? That tells us how to free ourselves from the chains and the blockages, whether they be in relationships, whether they be at wherever they are, right? And we let that voice guide us when we need it, okay? 6 of Swords. Into calmer waters, into the healing progress that we need, right? Stability. Alright, so this is really good for those of us who pick pile 4. I mean, I really see a really happy change for those of us that pick pile 4. You really stand in your Magician, which is your power, knowing who the fuck you are, okay? And commanding yourself as such, alright? Ordaining yourself as such, just period. You're somebody who doesn't need the validation of other people. Also, people that pick pile 4, very dependable type of person, responsible, prosperous, very sensual energy. Those of us that picked pile 4, number 4. I see you got a lot of root chakra cards here too, 2 of them. And this basically speaks of you going to the root of the problem here with what you were experiencing in life, you know, or at this time, just period, right? And going to the root of the problem helps you essentially make the major adjustments that are necessary, you know, instead of going like to a very smaller, unmeaningful part, going to the most important part, right? Digging deep, right? Diving deep. This is what we were doing as a collective, you know. So Those of us that pick Pile 4, that's the messages. Like we did that. We did that deep soul searching and deep diving that we needed to get us here. We had to face those devils and those demons that we had within us, you know. And we did intuitively with the star, you know, listening to that self. Okay. So that's what I got for those of us that caught the messages. That's what's coming towards us. Let me know if you guys like the video. All right. Peace.